Happy New Year, everyone. I'm super excited to get this new year started. And if you are wanting something that is going to jumpstart you to the next level, you have to try 75 Hard, and this is how you're gonna get it done. So before we get into all the hard stuff, what is 75 Hard? The 75 Hard Challenge was founded by Andy Frisella, and he believes that for 75 days, you should be able to mentally, spiritually push yourself to the next level so that you can benefit from it physically. If you're like me, the 75 Hard Challenge is going to be a piece of cake. It's gonna be a walk in the park because we're adding the spiritual side of it. We are going faith-based edition. What does that even mean? So we're doing everything with 75 Hard and all of the rules and regulations for that, as well as adding in the component of reading your Bible, praying, fasting, all the things that have to do with your walk with Christ. So I've been doing the 75 Hard Challenge for now 10 days. By the time that you watch this, it'll probably be 2 weeks at this point. So I've been at it for 10 days. It's been liberating, to say the least. It's obviously made me take a step back and evaluate my lifestyle. If you're new here, if you don't know anything about me, my name is Kimberly. I am a wife and mom of 3 kids. My 3rd child was born about a year ago. So I haven't had really the willpower to kind of take control of my life, get on top of my diet, get on top of my workout regimen, all of that, all the things pre-babies I was already doing. I hadn't been able to do that this go round for whatever reason. The weight has been a lot harder to get off. My mental clarity was definitely very foggy, and so I said this year is the year that I take control back of my life so that I can serve my community, serve other people around me, and I can give you my best self. So here's what I would do in order for you to take 75 Hard serious. First, let's go over the rules of 75 Hard. First thing that you'll have to do is drink a gallon of water a day. Now, I have a Stanley cup. It's a 40-ounce cup, and I refill that about 3 to 4 times a day to get to my gallon. So if that helps out with like your gauge, let that be a help to you, okay? So drink a gallon of water. The second rule is no alcohol. No beer, no liquor, no light margarita, no less calorie drink that happens to be alcohol, none of that. What I like to do is get a magnesium mocktail at the end of the day if you want to feel fancy, and that satisfies that itch that you'll have. So no alcohol. Third, the next rule that you have to adhere by is 2 45-minute workouts. I know, it's a lot, definitely worth it. The only rules with the 2 45-minute workouts, one has to be outside and one has to be indoors. So what I typically do, just as a little side note, what I'm doing is I go to a workout class at the gym, and then I take a jog or a run around my neighborhood for my second outdoor workout. So 2 45-minute workouts. This one's tricky because I feel like there's so much information out there about all these types of diets and all the things, but the number 4 rule is that you'll have to pick a diet and stick to that particular diet. So if you're wanting to go vegan, it has to be vegan for the whole 75 days. If you want to go keto, you have to be keto for the whole 75 days. Me, I'm doing no processed foods. Now, granted, everything in the world, I think, or at least in America, it's processed to a certain degree, but I'm not eating French fries and a Chick-fil-A sandwich and all of that, right? We are doing no process, as in I'm cooking my food in my home. It's literally just no processed foods from the outside world. So no fried foods and all of that. But I will say, side note, I will say one thing that you should look into is going to the doctor, getting your blood work done, see what your blood type is, and then research the actual diet for your blood type. If your goal is to lose weight, try to, across the board, try to cut down on some of the sugar and the salt just across the board. You'll feel amazing just with your workouts and your sleep and all of that. So that's that, number 4. Number 5, you're going to read 10 pages of a self-improvement book every single day. Now, I will say this, I'm probably a little bit biased because this is like my first like self-help book in a while, but Atomic Habits by James Clear, it gets the job done. Do you hear me? Like, I literally love that book. I think I'm in chapter 8 right now. By the time you see this, I'll probably be in chapter like 9, but it is so good. It's just, and it's nothing like philosophical that he's saying in the book, but everything that he says makes so much sense for you to put this plan in action. And it's almost like it gives you a step-by-step guide weekly or even daily of like what you need to do to switch off certain little habits. And you're making a 1% change every day. It's not so much about how fast you progress and how much weight you lose within a day or two. It's literally about doing something better 1% every single day. That's all that matters. You read your self-help book. However, because we're doing our faith-based edition, you are going to read a chapter in your Bible every single day. And so the way that I have been doing it is that I'll read my Bible scripture and I'll journal about what I've read and put that into one of my, actually, I put it in this journal. But yeah, I read my chapter for the day. I do a quick Bible study on it. I journal about what that chapter meant, and I kind of reflect on how I plan on applying that for the rest of the day or the rest of the week. And that's my morning reading time. And then in the afternoon, I go ahead and read my book, my self-help book typically before I go to sleep. It's like drink my mocktail, read my book, kind of wind down, put on some sleep sounds, and call it a night. So, yeah, that's what number 5 is going to be. And then number 6, the dreaded number 6. You are going to take a progress photo every single day. Because I am a content creator, I typically just take them in video form. The best thing that I've seen so far is just the vibrancy in my face. Take a picture of yourself every day or take a video of yourself every day, and you see visibly like in front of you, like, okay, day 1, I definitely look bloated. I definitely look tired and I have dark circles under my eyes. But day 10, it's like, okay, my skin has some elasticity in it. I can definitely tell I've been drinking my water and all of that. So you do have to take a picture every day you have to take a progress picture every day to make sure that you are seeing a difference internally and externally. So those are the rules for 75 hard. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. The fun part begins. The week before you start your 75 hard challenge, I need for you to prep. What does that look like? So the week before your challenge, you are going to set your alarm at 4:45. I know it's early, but it'll be worth it. So set your alarm at 4:45, go to the gym by 5:30. If your routine after you go to the gym is to go straight to work, make sure you pack your clothes. Even if that's not what you do, if you come back home and all the things, take a shower and all of that, prep your clothes as if you would be doing the real thing. So you wake up at 4:45 in the morning, you get dressed. Your second pair of clothes is ready to go for your afternoon workout, so that you don't have to spend any mental energy putting towards what are you going to wear, what socks you're going to wear, can't find my shoes, do I need a coat right now because it's winter right now. You don't need to do all of that. You need to prep ahead of time. So that means you have 2 fits per day. I know. And if you don't want to, work out with 2 fits per day and change clothes, that's your thing, no judgment. But just make sure that you have that ready to go Monday through Sunday. The next thing that you're gonna do is clean out your fridge and meal prep your butt off for at least Monday through Friday of the first week. So what I did, got my grocery list, write out my plan. I wrote out my Bible verses that I was going to put on my countdown wall and everything. And then I cleaned out my fridge and I went to the grocery store and then I started meal prepping. So whether that's, grilled chicken and asparagus and rice. Well, I'm cooking that, I'm putting it in the containers, and I'm putting it into the refrigerator. So that's one part for at least Monday through Friday I don't have to worry about doing. So for instance, for breakfast, I may not want to meal prep my breakfast, but if you're one who likes oatmeal, you can overnight your oats, put it in a jar, and put it in the refrigerator. Meal prep done for Monday through Friday's breakfast. For lunch, if you are, I'm a shrimp bowl girl or like a chicken bowl girl. So typically I will get a glass bowl and put your rice, put your veggies, put your chicken, and put it in a container, put it in your refrigerator. And then fruit. Get your fruit, cut up your fruit for the week. Or if you're a smoothie girl, you can also put them in glass containers. Maybe from Monday through Wednesday, you put it in the refrigerator. Or like I said, cut up your fruit and then put it in the refrigerator and you're done for the week. Meal prep and prep your fridge for this challenge. You need a clean slate in your refrigerator so that you are not tempted when it's time to go. This next one's gonna be for my people who love to be in community. I would say join a gym prior to you working out. If I'm spending any type of money on any type of thing, I'm gonna show up for it. So if you are spending your hard-earned coins to come to a gym, you're obviously more obligated to show up. So in my mind, not only do I like accountability and I like community, I like money. I like my money. So, and I don't want to waste my money. I don't want to be wasteful. I have 3 kids. We don't want to be wasteful with our coins. So I say join a gym because there is an accountability that's there. There is a community that's there. And there's honestly an obligation for you to get up and get it done. The last part of this section is to tell your family and friends. You may not think that that means anything, but when I tell you that first week that you do this 75 hard, not the prep week, but the 75 hard challenge week, that first week, you're gonna have sugar withdrawals. You're gonna have those headaches. You're gonna have irritability. And depending on when your monthly visitor comes, your monthly cycle comes, you're gonna be dealing with that. And I think that in the mind space of trying to grow and internally just pushing yourself and going beyond the limits that you typically don't go in, it's best if you tell your family and friends, hey, may not be able to make it to this shindig, that one, this one, within these 75 days because I'm trying to practice this new lifestyle, and I would appreciate it if you just kind of keep me in mind, keep me in your prayers, and make sure that I am honestly being held accountable by you as well. Side note, you still need to live your life because the whole point of this challenge is for you to make it a lifestyle. So after the 75 days are over, you should not be reverting back to your old lifestyle. This should be a new lifestyle for you. So however you incorporate having fun and going places and traveling and all of that, you will have to incorporate that in your new lifestyle. You know what I mean? So it's not that you can't go out to dinner or you can't go out to restaurants, but you have to be mindful about what you're putting in your body, what you're allowing into your brain, into your mind, into your ear. Definitely just need that circle around you that's going to be a cheerleader and, you know, want to see you elevate in your new lifestyle. I will say that if you do not adhere to the rules and regulations, which is the drinking the water, reading the books, going to your workouts, no alcohol, and all of that, if you do not adhere to those things, you will have to start over. So for example, I'm on day 10. If I decide to have a glass of wine or something, then I will have to start all the way back over to day 1. Who's not doing that is me, okay? It's right now, I think it's January 8th. I've done 19 workouts so far, I believe, 18. I'm in the teens of workouts. I will be remiss if I mess up this day, all for me to start back at workout number 1. And I started working out prior to me doing 75 hard. Absolutely not. That's insane. There's no way I'm letting that happen. So keep that in mind. If you do not adhere to the rules, you will have to start over. You'll have to start over. Joining a group of people who either have the same goals or who are going to help keep you accountable, who are at the gym, who are maybe even at work, a group of people who you can bounce things off of, whether it's recipes or workouts or different books that you can read. Once you've completed your first self-help book, you have to be in somewhat of a community and just kind of be able to talk to someone during this time, because you're going to have a lot of things come at you. Life will come at you on top of the fact that you are switching up your lifestyle. So you don't want to do this alone. So if you need a community, I post every day on Instagram about this challenge. There is a podcast and actually a group that Andy Frisella actually has within an app. I think it's like $6 a month, but I've heard great things about that group as well. So I would like to say, I would think that you would be more successful if you were to join a community, join a group. It'll be a less likely chance for you to give up on this. If I could give you a tip, I would definitely encourage you to sit down with your spouse or your significant other and kind of come up with a schedule, write it down so that you guys are on the same page about who goes to work out, who does this, who does that, so forth and so on. Work as a team instead of not communicating at all, because like I said, a lot of things life will come at you, girl. Life will be coming at you this entire time, and it'll be a lot easier if some of the things that you don't have to think about, that you think about on a daily basis, doesn't have to be touched because you've already talked about it. It's already set in motion. It's ready to go. Who is the person that you are working towards right now that you plan to see by the end of 75 hard? For example, for me, I see Kimberly, who is 20 pounds lighter, well rested, less anxious, on top of the meal prepping, meal planning, meal execution portion of her life, instead of grabbing and going at fast food restaurants. Kimberly that I see is walking in her faith even stronger than before. Her prayer life is even stronger than before. Who loves taking her vitamins, because sometimes I forget, but loves taking her vitamins and just being an overall healthy girl, okay? We're not worried about being fitness bae and being a bodybuilder, but I want Kim to be the most healthiest 30-something year old woman, mother, wife that she can be. I want Kimberly to be in the most control of everything that she can control in her everyday life. And of course, I am not able to do any of this without leaning on God, leaning on my support system, and just taking it day by day, okay? That is the main thing, is to have fun with this and take it day by day, okay? you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you try 75 hard. Follow me over on Instagram or TikTok, and you can follow along the journey with me and hopefully be inspired and motivated to stay in the game. Okay, well, I'll see you next time.